Okay, so good evening, everybody. Today is 2015, 13th of February. We continue the miscellaneous of consciousness and manifests by the analysis of the object. So already we explained last chapter, last week we missed by the rice harvest festival. So previous lecture, so we talking about the object. So before studying the Abhidhamma lecture, we need to pay respect to the Buddha by saying Namo Tassa in 3 times, please. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So thank you very much for your attending the class. Very nice to meet all of you again. So today we came to the analysis of the object. Analysis of the object, because of this analysis is very important. Very important. Every mind has individual object. Without object, no consciousness cannot appear. So we need to learn, we need to make the analysis of object, which kind of objects are taken by which kind of consciousness. Without understanding the object, we cannot understand the nature of consciousness. Yeah. So that's why we need to learn about the object. So how many objects are there? So altogether 6 kind of object. 6 kind of object. Number 1 is a visible object. Yeah. So please go to the chapter lecture note, page number 13. Yeah, page number 13. So there are 6 kind of object. 6 kind of object. Our mind, so many 89 kind of consciousness, and 121 kind of consciousness, but these consciousness have the individual object included in the 6 kind of object. So what are they? The number 1, visible object. We call Rupa Ramana. Rupa Ramana. So visible object is not only one of the material. So chapter 5, we need to learn about the material. So Lord Buddha point out there are 28 kind of materials we need to understand. Yeah. So the Rupa Ramana visible object is one of them. Visible object is one of them. And then sound. Yeah. Sound also another second object we call Saddharamana. In Pali, Saddharamana. So sound also the kind of another kind of material. Yeah. And then smell. Smell is another object. We call in Pali Gandha Ramana. Gandha Ramana. It's also smells very strange. You understand in chapter 5. Every material, it has kind of smell. Yeah, kind of smell, different kind of smell. But we cannot, investigate by our nose. But they have different kind of smell in every single material. Yeah. So you will understand in chapter 5 in detail. Yeah. And then taste. Another object is the taste. Rasa ramana in Pali. So taste also the different object. Rupa ramana, visible object is only common visible object. So every material they have also visible object. Rupa ramana. But sound is not like this. Sound is different kind of material. Yeah, sound is different kind of material. Ruparamana, visual object, smell, taste. These are very common to every single very tiny material. They have a visual object. They have a smell. They have a taste as well. Yeah. But sound is different. Sound is when we, to appear the sound, we need special condition. Not every single material, there's no sound already. Yeah, but visible object, smell, taste, in every single material, very tiny, small material. They have visible object, smell, and taste. Yeah, so you understand this one in the chapter 5. Chapter 5. Okay, so another one, number 5 object is a tangible object. We call in Pali Podabha Ramana. Podabha Ramana. So tangible object. So this tangible object is not combination of not only one single object, single elements, not only one single element. Visible object only single elements, smell, taste also single elements. But tangible object is combination of 3 kinds of elements. 3 kinds of elements of material, art material, art elements, and wind element, and what? Fire element. Yeah. So these 3 kinds of element, combination of these 3 kinds of element, we call tangible object. Yeah. So we can sense only these 3 kinds of elements. Sometimes if you taste something hard or soft, so this is a hard element. And sometimes we feel, cool, hot. This is a fire element. Yeah. Sometimes we, very wind element is sometimes very not a movement. Yeah, movement. Yeah. So movement, vibration. So we can think this is a wind element. Yeah. So tangible object is 3 combination of the 3 kinds of elements. Earth element, wind element, and fire element. Okay. And then the last one, we call the Dhamma object. So Dhamma object is so many objects. There are so many objects in the Dhamma object. So I think last chapter we talking about this Dhamma object. So go to the next page number 14. So what are the Dhamma objects? So Dhamma object is a sensitive material, pasara rupa, we call in Pali pasara rupa. So sensitive material is eye sensitivity. We have eye sensitivity, ear sensitivity, and nose sensitivity, tongue sensitivity, and body sensitivity. So these 5 material we call sensitive material. Sensitive material, Pali is pasara rupa. Okay, so these sensitive material is a Dhamma object. Yeah, Dhamma object included in the Dhamma object. Okay. And then subtle material. Subtle material is a Sukkuma rupa. Sukkuma rupa. So Sukkuma rupa. Sukkuma means subtle, means very difficult to sense by our 5 kind of sense: eye, ear, nose, tongue, body. It cannot be sensible by 5 things, 5 kind of things. We call subtle material. Subtle means cannot sensible by our sense, our organ, sense organ. Only can be known by only our mind. Our mind. These material, the subtle material are altogether 16. So included in water element also. Water element we cannot sense by our body, our eye, our like that. Sorry, just only our mind. Yeah. So like they altogether 16. So they are. We will learn later because now explain is difficult. So chapter 5 we will learn 60 kind of material, including and femininity, masculinity, to be man, to be woman, different because of different material. Femininity. Femininity is a kind of material, subtle material, we call subtle material. Yeah. We cannot see by our naked eye. So it's we call subtle material. Yeah, it's okay. Thank you. Yeah, so altogether 16. So Haryawatu, including Haryawatu. Haryawatu also subtle material. Haryawatu, and the other so many things. So we will learn later in the chapter 5 in detail. Okay. So now just you need to know subtle material is 16 kind of material, and then all kind of consciousness 89 are in the Dhamma object. Okay, and then material manifests, Chitajika 52 kind of manifests are also we call Dhamma object. Yeah, and then Nibbana. Nibbana also Dhamma object. So Nibbana is our main goal of the Buddhism. So Nibbana only we can accept by mind. not other 5 things too. Only mind. Yeah. So Nibbana also Dhamma object. And then number 6 is a concept. Panyati in Pali, concept. So many concepts. So many names we use in our daily life. Table, computer, house, temple, man, woman. So all kind of conventional thing. So we use in our daily life. All these are concept, only concept, not in reality. Just we agreement to call something. This one we need to call like this. That one we need to call like this. So so many concepts. So many concepts. So Panyadi also in the Dhamma object. Okay. So 6 altogether, there are 6 kind of object. 6 kind of object. So we need to make a comparison which kind of object are satisfied there, which kind of consciousness. So we need to go next step. After understanding the 6 kind of object, so we need to go next step is what type of consciousness take which kind of object. So we need to remember the last chapter, last analysis of the door. And I know. So how many mind appear in I do? So we need to understand. We need to remember. So altogether 46. 46 kind of consciousness arises in the I do. So these consciousness have only one object. It is a visible object. Present visible objects. Objects we need to classify also in 3 different types. 3 different time: past time, present time, and future time. So visible object, we need to understand. Visible object means all of 3 kind of time. Present visible object, past visible object, and future visible object, like this. So sound also, past sound, present sound. So now you listen in my lecture, so you hear my voice. So this sound is a present sound. Just a few minutes ago, my voice, my sound is a past because already gone. So like this. Yeah, future song, maybe tomorrow, Burmese Abhidhamma lectures, sounds, future song. So like this, we need to understand. So object, mentioned visible object means 3, according to the 3 kind of type: past visible object, present visible object, future visible object. Past sound, present sound, and future sound. And then also smell, taste. So all are like this. So 3 kind of time. So here in I know, 46 kind of consciousness arises in I know. So these mind take only present visible object, not past visible object, not future visible object. Only only present visible object. Yeah. So you need to understand also what is the different lifespan of the consciousness and lifespan of the material. So different. Lifespan of the consciousness very quick, very fast, very fast. But the lifespan of the life of the material is a little bit longer. So if we compare with the life of the consciousness and light of material, so light of material is much more longer than 17 times, no 17 times of the life of consciousness. So that means 17 consciousness is we call one material appear and disappear during 17 times of consciousness. Okay. So that's why here, when we look at something and here we see the visible object, enter our idol, eye sensitivity. So like this. So it's a present visible object. So data to connect to the brain and then the heart, So light, a past light continent consciousness appear at the time. The visible object and eye sensitivity collide, and then past light continent consciousness appear. So past light continent consciousness is only continent consciousness. It's because of appear because of the karma in our past life. We already performed the karma to be born as a human. So this karma create this kind of light continent consciousness. So we use a past because of the the present visible object, enter the idol, but we cannot recognize at the time this visible object. This visible object only we recognize here. Number 4 time here. So that's why we call this one or we call past. We call past because the present visible object we can recognize the mind here, number 4. So what after past light continent consciousness, what happened? So next one is also kind of light continent consciousness, but it's different. We call Bhavanga, Chalana in Pali. So vibrational light continent consciousness. Because our life, our life connect light continent consciousness connect with the active mind. Active mind means seeing consciousness, hearing consciousness, and so many consciousness. But between the one kind of consciousness, light continent consciousness connect each other, the other. Yeah. So the light continent consciousness very layer of the consciousness. So when the visible object and collect enter the idol, not instantly, not the light continent consciousness stop because there's a moment. So continue 3 times. All 1, 2, 3. These are all light continent consciousness, but this is past consciousness. Also, the 2 and 3 also pass, but we call different because this is a little bit vibrate, little bit because of call the visible object answer the I do, so a little bit vibrate, not stop, not stop yet. So we call vibrational light content consciousness. This is a boanga chalana. Chalana means vibrating. Pali chalana. Chalana means vibrate. Yeah. So after that, next light content consciousness appear here. The arrest light content consciousness. So Pali is a boanga upecheda. Upecheda means stop. See. Yeah. See. Okay. So all are light content and consciousness, but different nature. So we made the different name. We call the different name. Okay. So after that, the present visible object be in our mind. So this number 4 mind can take start visible object. But these 1, 2, 3 we cannot accept visible object. So what kind of number 4 mind? What kind of mind? So this is pancha 5 to abiding consciousness, pancha dwara vajana. So at the time that the mind, abiding to the visible object, present visible object. Yeah. So after that, this number 4 mind disappear. What appear? Number 5 is I consciousness, chaku vinyana. Yeah. So I consciousness take the visible object. Okay. And then another one, number 6, mind is receiving consciousness. So this consciousness receive the visible object. Yeah. And then number 7 mind is investigating consciousness. So this mind only made the investigate the visible object. Yeah. And number 8, determining consciousness. Vatavana Chita. Vatavana Chita in the mind is no Vatavana Chita, but we call Manodwara Vajana. So Manodwara Vajana, mind or abiding consciousness has 2 functions. We already learned, has 2 functions. Mind or abiding consciousness has 2 functions. What kind of function? Number 1 is the abiding function. Number 2 is the determining function. So here, what kind of function? Determining function. So that's why we call here determining consciousness. But determining consciousness is no other consciousness. This is Manodwara Vajana, mind or abiding consciousness. So mind or abiding consciousness arises in 2 do. Arises in no, not only 2 do, but I do, ear do, so 6 do. 6 do, yeah. I do, ear do, nose do, tongue do, body do, and mind do. But different function, only 2 function. I do, ear do, nose do, tongue do, body do. What kind of function? Determining function. Yeah, this determining function. Yeah. But in mind do different function. What kind of function? Abiding. Yeah, abiding function. So we need to understand this mind is we cannot see in the chapter 1 mind or only mind or abiding consciousness. But whatever that means, determining according to their function, according to its function, we call this mind we call determining consciousness. Yeah. So like the in your daily life, different people have different so many functions like this. And after that, what kind of mind appear? Dynamic consciousness. Jhavana, Chitta, we call Jhavana. Jhavana is very running. That meaning is running. Running means dynamic. We translate like this, dynamic consciousness. So 7 times. This consciousness, not only one time. 7 times, same type of consciousness, wholesome or unwholesome or functional, according to the people, according to the person. 7 times. 7 times. So number 8 is very important. Determining consciousness make determination to appear wholesome mind or unwholesome. So number 8, determining consciousness is very important. So we call Yoniso Manasikara in Pali. Here, this one. Number 8, determining consciousness, we call Yoniso Manasikara. Yeah, right attention or wrong attention. So it depends on the right attention. The Jhavana, 7 kind of mind, 9 to 15, wholesome consciousness appear. And if the determining consciousness, wrong attention, so akusala and wholesome consciousness 7 times appear. Yeah, 7 to 15. So we call dynamic consciousness, Jhavana, Chitta. So like this. This is just only one process of the seeing, but so many mind working together to see something. Not only eye consciousness, not only eye consciousness. We think only eye consciousness. No, eye consciousness on here. Number 5. So included on, but so many. So it's depend on the determination. So wholesome or unwholesome appear. But for Buddha and Arahant, they are only functional appear. Functional, not kusala, not akusala, because they have no mental defilements. So they are no kusala, akusala appear. Only functional consciousness arise. Whatever they see. Yeah, whatever they see. Okay, so 7 dynamic consciousness appear and disappear, appear and disappear one after another. And then what happened? There's 2 kind of mind. So registering consciousness, Raramana Chitta. So these mind 7 times, one kind of same type of consciousness, wholesome or unwholesome or functional, 7 times. So very dynamic action. So Praramana Chitta, registering consciousness, only follow them, taking the object, visible object as well. They only follow them, like the boat, speedboat, in the river, so the water following the speedboat, isn't it? When you try the speedboat, you can look at the bed of the boat. So the water, some water, follow the boat like this. So these two minds, 16 and 17, we call Dharamana Chitta, registering consciousness, follow the Javana, 7 and 9 to 15, Javana Chitta. Yeah. So only 17 kind of mind appear and disappear. So after that, continue, what kind of mind continue? Like content consciousness continue. So, but we count from here to here, 1 to 17, because of the present visible object, life of present visible object is only 17 time of consciousness. So that's why the present visible object appear, enter the idol, so appear number 1, consciousness. So this visible object life is continue to 17 kind of 17 consciousness disappear. Yeah. So you need to understand like this. So that's why. So we count 17. Because a visible object, life of visible object is only 17 time of consciousness. So here, visible object disappear. So present visible object disappear. So after that, this visible object is not present, past. We call past visible object. Yeah. So at this, during this process, we can understand that in the mind, in the idol, these kind of mind. So altogether, we count. We don't count this light content consciousness. Light content consciousness is not the process of the seeing. Just here from number 4, Pancha Dwara Vachana, number 4, Pancha Dwara Vachana. We call Pancha Dwara Vachana, and then I consciousness, number 5, I consciousness here. So I consciousness 2, I consciousness. There are 2 kind of I consciousness because the visible objects, karmas, past karma is different. Good karma or bad karma. Good karma, we will see the visible or good visible object. So past karma bad, we will see the bad visible object like this. So 2 kind of consciousness, I consciousness here. Number 5 is 2. So we count like this. So 46 consciousness arises in the I do. We count like this. Understand? So 3, we count number, and then this 1, this is 2, so 3 kind of consciousness. And number 6 is what is this? Receiving consciousness. Yeah, receiving consciousness. How many receiving consciousness? 2. Receiving consciousness also 2. And number 7 is a investigating consciousness. Yeah, investigating consciousness also 2. And then number 8, determining consciousness. Determining consciousness, I already explained. Manodara Vachana, mind do abiding consciousness, only 1. Yeah. And number 9 to number 15 is the same type of consciousness. Maybe wholesome consciousness, maybe unwholesome consciousness. Unwholesome consciousness, 12. Wholesome consciousness, many. Meaning is Kama Vachara, Kama Vachara 8, Rupa Vachara 5, Hosan, or Hosan. Hosan Kama Vachara 8, Hosan Rupa Vachara 5, and Hosan Arva Vachara 4. And then the one is roulette consciousness. Roulette consciousness. One that Buddha and Arhat smile. Yeah, Buddha and Arhat something they see, they saw, and they smile with the kind of smile producing consciousness in the roulette consciousness. Yeah, so we need to count like this: 9 to 15. When the Buddha smile, when they saw something, yeah, with this smile producing consciousness, so 7 times here. So we need to count like this. And then 16 and 17 is a Dhararamana Cheda registering consciousness. Registering consciousness is altogether 11. 11 is Kamauchara resident 8 and some Santirana, 3 kind of Santirana. 3 kind of Santirana is investigating consciousness. So altogether 11. I already explained like that, last chapter. So altogether 4 to 17. So how many types? 46. 46 type of consciousness arises in the I do. Yeah, I do. So in this process, in this process, 4 to 17, all mind take the only one object. What kind of object? Present visible object. Yeah. One after another. So only they take the, present visible object. At that time, we don't know what kind of object. We don't know yet, because only all mind take only present visible object. So at that time, we don't know the name and the shape and the color. We don't know yet. Just only visible object. That's just only visible object. All kind of 46 kind of mind consciousness take only visible object. So that's why at that time we don't know yet the shape of the object, the color of the object, and the name of the object. We don't know yet. So to know everything, we need following process. We need. Yeah, not only this process. Yeah, not only this process. Okay, so we go next kind of process. We go. So recalling process. Recalling process of mind by taking past visible object. So visible object is already gone because of the life of material, only 17 times of consciousness. So that's why this is not real visible object. Past visible object is just imaginary, just concept, but appear in our mind. Yeah. So recalling the present visible object, recall in our mind. So we call this object is not present, past visible object. So past visible object here. So like this. In our mind, only in our mind, not idle. Only in our mind. So heart, connect with the brain and the habits. So be this kind of light content in consciousness first appear. So only like this, light content in consciousness, connector of the process of mind, different process of mind. Yeah, connector. So light content in consciousness only first appear. But here we don't say we cannot. We don't need to say that this light content in consciousness is not a data past. There's no past because this object is not real, just concept, just imaginary. So that's why we don't see a theta past or for to give the name of the consciousness. So no need to call the past light content consciousness like this, because this is a concept. Concept is no time. Concept is never dependent on the time. A concept is a timeless. So this is a concept. This is imaginary object. So we call past visible object. This is Atita Ruparamana. Tita Ruparamana in Pali. So this is just imaginary in our mind. But connect with the previous process of mind. Yeah. Without previous process of mind, we cannot appear this one. Because of previous process, so connect this imaginary object. But to accept not directly cannot accept, because the light content and consciousness appear, so vibration and light content and consciousness appear. And after that, after the arrest, light content and consciousness, so here light content and consciousness stop. No more arise. Yeah. So the imaginary object here, this one, this mind. So this is Manodara Vajana. Mind or body consciousness, Manodara Vajana. Because of mind. Yeah. So mind or body consciousness here. Set the imaginary object, past visible object with this mind. And then what kind of mind here? Dynamic. Jhana object. Jhana consciousness appear after that. So mind though is, so that's why mind is very powerful. We don't need investigate and receiving and investigating function. We don't need, because already and then this one is just take a concept of imaginary object with the Manodara Vajana, and the following is a Jhana, 7 times. Yeah, 7 times. So at that moment, mind only imaginary object. So imaginary objects are not, we don't know the shape, color, and name. We don't know yet. Yeah, only just imaginary object, past visible object. Yeah. The following, like sometimes, they're not always. Sometimes 11 and 12 is a Dhararamana, but not always. Sometimes Dhararamana appear, registering consciousness, like the previous process. So, and then they disappear, the light content and consciousness continue. Yeah. But so here we don't need to count 17 times our consciousness, because this object is not real object. This is an imaginary object concept. So there's no appear and disappear. But I put copy, so 17 times, no need to count like this. Yeah. So many like content and consciousness appears. It depends on your situation. So different people, different, how many like content and consciousness appear before the another process arises to know the object. So after that, what happened? So another process appear. This process only just recalling the imaginary past visible object. So we don't know yet what shape, color, or name of the object. Yes. Yeah, we don't know yet. So we need another process, another process. Okay. So another look at. This is a naming process. Naming process is not name. Naming process here to know the shape, form, and the color. That's one. Yeah. So the same process is the same, but the object is also concept. So shape or color or so many concepts of the object appear at this process of mind. So the type of consciousness are the same. First, vibrational like content consciousness. Second, is arrest like content consciousness. That mind. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, mind to abiding consciousness. Yeah, the same. So after that, 7 kind of jhana, dynamic consciousness appear. So 7 times, 4 to 10. So during this process, only concept, shape, or color, or something of the object. But this is a roughly to know the shape. So the object is so big object, you need more process, not only once. Not only one. This is roughly we next chapter entity we will learn. But here, just understanding that what kind of object this mind take, what kind of object we need to learn. So just roughly here, the more the visible object, the big, you need to more process to understand the shape. Yeah. Like this. So after that, sometimes the Radhamana registering consciousness appear. It depends on the condition. Sometimes registering consciousness doesn't appear, but generally we explain like this. Generally appear, registering consciousness appear, but not always. It depends on condition. So what kind of condition you will learn later. Next chapter we will understand. But here just introduction. And after that, the 13 to 17, over 17, many kind of like content and consciousness appear to connect next process. Yeah. Late manner process. So here all mind take only concept. Concept is just only so many concepts. There are so many concepts, but here shape or color or not name. not name. So to understand the name, so we need next process. Yeah, so we call the shape or color of objects, we call Atha Panyati. Atha Panyati means the material, the we call it Myanmar dra. Yeah, Atha dra means the shape or form. Yeah. So okay, so next process here to understand the meaning process. So this process, so can name, yeah. So this object. So for example, the rose, the house, the car, the Pannobasa, like this. You understand? Name. So naming process. Naming process also this concept also. So in mind only in a heart base or base of mind are the other two, and connect with the brain and appear. Vibrational light continent, and then rest light continent consciousness. Yeah, and then mindful abiding consciousness, and then Javana, dynamic consciousness. Yeah. So after this mind, we will completely understand the name and shape or color or whatever information of the object. Complete information of object we got after at least 4 process. I do process, and then another 3 mind process. So altogether 4 kind of process. After 4 kind of process, we get complete information of the visible object. This is at least, but not only 4. Many, maybe. When you hear the sound like this, yeah. So many words, so combine to combine each other to understand. Only one word we cannot understand the meaning. To understand the sentence, so many words. In one sentence, there are so many words. So what one word by one word, our mental process take only one word, but combine each other with the mind process. In mind.
So one word is 4 process each one word processed by so many.
Yeah.
No wonder millions of process.
Yeah, because
so many
mind is so fast. If mind is not so fast, we cannot understand.
These processes is related to a conception with a mental factor that we kind of store the data in,
Yeah, because every mind, you understand, every mind is not only mind. For example, so dynamic consciousness. So for example here, wholesome consciousness. Wholesome consciousness, not only wholesome consciousness with the manifested. Yeah, according to the manifested, individual, they are manifested so many over 30.
So according to this process, manifested is related with the
mind. Yeah, here we explain only mind, but you need to understand mind is not only one. With the manifestation, corresponding manifestation. Yeah.
So that's why let's see something new, visible object, which is someone, the first time you have so many processes to remember, and then second time you memorize because of perception. Yeah, perception.
Yeah, sanya,
So,
perception. Yeah.
So that's why lesser process. So no, oh, I remember he or she. Something
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. So perception is a store, memorize. Its function is because of mind, every mind we call different name, but every mind only awareness of object. Awareness of the object. No, there no function. Only one function is awareness of object. But the other function work together, manifestors work together. The other function to save them, then the information, to keep information because of perception, sanya, to experience the visible object because of feeling, vedana. Yeah. So many.
so deep.
Yeah. Not only mind, not only mind. Manifestors working together with their different function. Very complicated. Very complicated. So the Buddha, or and understand detail only with mind. Yeah. So after at least 4 process, we understand the visible object fully understand the visible object, name or whatever. Yeah.
We doing the present karma based on the Javana, Javana 7 times.
Javana, yeah.
So kusala, akusala, wholesome, unwholesome, based on the 7 times of mind.
Yeah.
So full process, first process, that every process there's a 7 mind of Javana. So first don't know yet what it is. The object only, but no name or shape or color. So at that time, very mild Javana.
Yeah, that's right.
And process by process, more deep, more know all the shape, the color, and then the name, meaning the name, then clear. You got like or dislike. That's wholesome and unwholesome. The last process of the seven Javana is the strongest, something like that.
Yeah, because the last process, after full process, at least full process, we got the information of the visible object fully. So kusala or akusala is very strong at this stage. Yeah.
So that's why we take action. It's present karma.
Yeah.
The action after that 7 Javana.
Yeah.
Full time of the now.
Yeah.
Before I'm kind of questioning why is it kusala akusalas happen even you don't know the name or totally understand yet, but repeatedly that process and then stronger and stronger and then staying.
So that's why we practice meditation. When we see something, we practice meditation, seeing. Because not going to the concept. Not going to the concept means all if the fully information of the visible object. If you get the fully information of the visual object, your karma, wholesome or unwholesome, appear strongly. When you practice meditation, you see something, you seeing, you notice, you watch your process of mind, seeing. So you don't get the information of the visible object when you note it with the mindfulness, concentration. Your mind didn't get the fully concept of the visible object. Without noting meditation, automatically we accept the concept or information of the visible object, name, shape, color, whatever, P. So that's why when we practice meditation like this, something here, hearing. When you notice hearing, you don't analyze what kind of sound, whose sound, whose voice. We don't know, isn't it? When we hearing, we practice meditation. Yeah, but for beginner it's difficult. I know beginner is difficult. Automatically, yeah. But practice again and again. So just only sound. Here, appear, disappear. Just only sound. Not going into who song or what kind of song. You never made analysis. Yeah. Yeah. So no mind process cannot process when you practice meditation like this. The process stop. Just seeing process, just hearing process, not the other three kind of process. This is very important. So that's why we practice meditation. Okay, understand? Okay, so now here we explain this one is because of to explain object. So this mind and I do 46 kind of mind arises in I do only take the present visible object. We need to understand like this. So the same in the hearing process. So in the ear do the same. 46 kind of mind arises in the ear do, and they take only present sound. The same. And the 46 kind of consciousness arises in the nose do. So they also take only present smell. Yeah. So you need to understand that. So I do, ear do, nose do, tongue do, body do, 5 do. So 5 do are the same. 46 kind of consciousness appear in these 5 do. And they take only the corresponding object. In ear do and I do, present visible object. In ear do, present sound. In nose do, present smell. In tongue do, present taste. In body do, present tangible object. Okay. So we need to go next door. Next door is so 5 do we already finished 5 do. So only one left is the mind do. So how many consciousness arises in mind do? How many consciousness arise in mind do? Many. 67. 67. So Mindu in here, Mindu and Manodara Vachana, and then the dynamic consciousness, many dynamic consciousness in Mindu. Kusala, akusala, functional kiriya, functional, wholesome, unwholesome, functional, and even though the mega, phala, supermandry consciousness here in Mindu. So we already count 67 consciousness arise in the mind in the previous chapter, previous lecture. So these consciousness take not only one. Not only one. They can take a visible object. So all 6 kind of object. 6 kind of object. And then not only present object, past object, and future as well. Yeah. So Mindu is very powerful. Mindu can accept any kind of object, present, past, or future. So that's why sometimes you think about something in your past life, past time, when you were a child, something happened. So you think about, you can think, isn't it? Like this. Yeah, future is we cannot think, and future is imaginary objects, okay, but not reality. But if you have a binya or supernatural power, you can accept the future object, future visible object, future sound.
Psychic.
Yeah, psychic power, yeah. But not ordinary mind. Yeah. Okay. So in Mindu, there are 67 kind of mind consciousness, right? And then they have 6 kind of object, whatever present, past, or future. All. But we need to understand another one is mind, do-free mind. There are some consciousness. They are arise in do-free. Do-free means no do. They have no do. A special condition. Because when you born as a human being and you are mother one, first time, Patisandiceta, relinking consciousness appear. So in this stage, relinking consciousness and hardware to heart base of mind, together appear. So at this time, together appear, they cannot support their mind. That the hardware cannot support the mind because spontaneously appear together. Relinking consciousness and heartbeat together appear together spontaneously, instantly. So the relinking consciousness cannot depend on the mind, the heartbeat, base of mind, because together just appear.
But the mind is always full characteristic. There should be base, should be object, should be. Is it the mind?
Yeah, it's general. It's general. It's general, but special case, in this case, when you know, in mother one appear, the relinking consciousness appear, at this time, the heartbeat object material is instantly appear. So we cannot, you know, depend on that, on the material. Yeah, it's special case. Like the Aruba, you know, Aruba Vajra Cheda. Aruba Vajra mean no material in that ring. The special being. They are living being, but they have no material. So no base. Like this. But they are special you know, condition because of their meditation. Yeah. Like this. So every human being, when they born, first time, and not human being, animal, and the other. First time, the mind and material together appear. So we can't say mind depend on the material. No, at the stage, at the condition. Under these circumstances, only they appear instantly. Cannot depend each other. Okay. Yeah. So we call do-free this condition. We call do-free. Do-free means do-free mind is a 19. For the human being, resident Kamawachara, resident consciousness 8, and for Brahma, for 5 material ring, and the Rubavachara, they have 5. Rubavachara, resident mind, 5. And Arubavachara, no material ring. So Arubavachara, 4, resident mind. So altogether, 8, 5, and 4. No, not 19. 8, 5, and 4. So 17. So we left 2. 2 is a roulette mind. Roulette mind. Receiving consciousness. Santirana. 2 Santirana. 2 receiving consciousness, 1 for woeful stage, 4 woeful stage. When the son living being born in the 4 woeful stage with this mind. And then another receiving consciousness, reborn as a human being, but not normal human being, as a disabled. Disabled. Born as a disabled. Yeah.
It's only relinking consciousness, right?
Only no relinking consciousness. So that's why you need to understand relinking consciousness and light content consciousness and dead consciousness all are the same type of consciousness. So these 19 type of consciousness have the different condition, different function. So please don't forget. So every lecture connected. So if you skip previous lecture, you cannot understand. You cannot. So you need to keep every lecture, every chapter. Yeah, every chapter. So 19 type of consciousness, have a different function. Religion function, light content function, and death function. But these mind are the same. Mind are the same, but different condition, different function they have. So you need to understand like this. Okay. So for these consciousness, for these mind have different, not different. They have the six kind of object. Visible object, sound, smell, taste, tangible object, and Dhamma object. Six kind of object. Okay, but we call different name. We call different name because of these are different conditions. So special term we use karma, volitional action, and sign of the volitional action, karma nimitta, and sign of destiny, kati nimitta. So when you reborn as a human being, you are relinquishing consciousness, take one of them, karma or karma nimitta or kati nimitta. we cannot say which one, but one of them. Somebody, appear the kati nimitta mean destiny. They see the fire, when they go into the hell, so they see the fire. When they, nearly to death, they see the fire. These things are all very hot like this, because this is a kati nimitta sign or destiny. So the nimitta is door free mind take the object, but kind of six kind of object that we use in karma nimitta, and kati nimitta. These are included in six kind of object: visible object, sound, smell, taste, tangible object, and Dhamma object. Sometimes we hear something, one nearly dead, but the other person they cannot hear. But for that person, some they can hear. But maybe karma nimitta or kati nimitta. We don't know which one. When you for whole study, you can ring the bell, sound of the ring the bell. Yeah. Yeah. Like this. And you can see the temple or road or various kind of food when you offer appear in your mind. Like this. So karma nimitta. Karma is like you appear in your mind when you perform this kind of wholesome deed or unwholesome deed. Yeah.
But it's not mind though. It's a door free.
Yeah,
so
it's a door free. It's not mind. We can say
see on the mind, but not because of the suti,
yeah, that consciousness.
Is not door free. It's not mind.
Okay. So we go next one. And next one, chapter page number 50. We need to classify these kind of object in different way. Because to understand in details, we need these 4 types of special way and 4 types of this kind of object. So these are sphere object, Kamavachara, Ramana, supply object, Makata Ramana, and concept object, Panyati Ramana, and Nibbana Ramana. So in different way, we can classify in like this, into like this. So because to group the mind, because mind so many, 89 kinds of mind, so very difficult to look at which kind of mind take which kind of object. So group is first we group a little bit easy, but in the day, so easy to difficult is good. First, only one by one we take the object, or we learn object is difficult, too difficult. So it's group, so it's difficult, much more easier than. So that's why we use this. So 4 kind of these are 4 types of, but included in the 6 kind of object. So since we are object, Kamavachara is all kind of material, 28 material, and mind is not all, because Kamavachara. So how many Kamavachara mind? Sphere mind is altogether 54. Yeah. So look at in the note. So what are the Kamavachara objects? They are 54 Kamavachara Chitta. Yes, sphere consciousness, 54. And these mind associate with the 52 manifestos. So 52 manifestos. Okay? And 28 rupas, 28 material, 28 kind of material. So Kamavachara Ramana is 3 included. 54 sphere consciousness, 52 manifestos, and 28 material. Okay? And supply object. So supply objects, and when we learn the mind consciousness, so Arubhavachara, 4 kind of Arubhavachara. So 4 kind of Arubhavachara is a thought and first and thought consciousness. So here the supply objects or Magada object is first Arubhavachara consciousness and third Arubhavachara consciousness. Because of the name of mind, this mind very difficult to call. First Arubhavachara consciousness is Akasa Nanchayatana. In Pali, Akasa Nanchayatana consciousness. So long. So we use very easy way is first Arubhavachara. First formless consciousness, jhana consciousness. Okay. And the third and Arkan Sanya Yatana. That consciousness. So we use easy way is the third Arubhavachara, formless sphere consciousness. Yeah. So these are supply object and concept. The object is 28. Many. So we will learn later which are 28. So skip, and then another one is Nibbana. Nibbana is a Logotra object. We call Logotra object supermundane object. Supermundane object Nibbana. Yeah. So Nibbana only supermundane mind take supermundane object Nibbana. The other mind, Kamavachara or Rupavachara or Arupavachara, whatever, cannot take this Nibbana. So when you offer something, you wish, oh, by the power of this marriage, may I attain the Nibbana. So see like this. But this is not real Nibbana. We cannot take the object of Nibbana with this mind, with Kamavachara consciousness. This is just concept. So real Nibbana, just only supermundane consciousness take the Nibbana object. Yeah. Okay. So Logotra object means Nibbana. So Nibbana means Nibbana objects only supermundane Logotra Chitta take this kind of object. Only one Nibbana, no other object. Okay. So that's why we need to classify into different way, into 4. Okay. So next step, which kind of mind take these Kamavachara sphere object? Huh? So count here 6 consciousness. 6 consciousness means eye consciousness 2, ear consciousness 2, nose consciousness 2, body consciousness 2, tongue consciousness 2, and body consciousness 2. So altogether 10. Yeah. No. Unwholesome, yeah. In the rooted mind. These are in the rooted mind. Eye consciousness 2 because of wholesome and unwholesome. Yeah. Ear consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, and body consciousness. So things here we call things consciousness. Because of 5 things. Because of 5 things. So 5 things, the Kamavachara, included in the Kamavachara. Because visual object is 28 rupa. Visual object in the 28 material. Saw also in 28 material. Isn't it? Smell included in the 28 material, and taste and tangible object also included in the 28 material. Okay, and then triple mind object. Triple mind, so 3 kind of mind. Mind elements, no, mind object. Triple mind elements. So in Patthana, we say Mano Dhatu. Mano Dhatu. Dhatu means elements. So Mano Dhatu is Anandara Pachayo. Chakuvanyana Dhatu, Dantam Yodakacha Dhamma Mano Dhatu ya. Mano Dhatu ya means my element. Mano Dhatu, my element. My elements are composed of 3 kind of consciousness, or 3 kind of mind. Panchadhara Vajana, 5 door abiding consciousness, 1, and 2 receiving consciousness, 2 Sampadichana Chitta, 2 receiving consciousness. So together 3. These 3 mind we call Mano Dhatu. Triple means 3. Mind elements. Triple mind elements. So 3. Mano Dhatu. So when you chanting the Patana, you say a lot. Mano Daduya, Mano Daduya. Yeah. In the Nandra Pachayo and Samanandra Pachayo, like this. So many, huh? Mano Dadu, Dansamyudagacha, Dhamma, Mano Vinyana, Daduya, ho. Next elements, Mano Vinyana, Dadu. No, next element. We left, but not here. So trouble mind is like this. Huh? Trouble mind is in the previous I consciousness process, I seeing process. So you see somebody receiving consciousness. You see, receiving consciousness and 5 things to abiding consciousness. So yeah. So these 3 kind take the object, sphere object. Visible object, sound, smell, taste. All these are included in the material, 28 kind of material. So 28 kind of material, Kama Vachara. Kama Vachara Ramana. Sphere object. And then the remaining sphere resident. Remaining sphere resident. Sphere resident. Altogether, sphere. How many sphere resident? So you look at resident mind in the sphere ring. Sphere ring in sphere ring resident. How many resident mind? A roulette mind. How many? Roulette mind. Akusala Vipaka 7. Vipaka is resident mind, isn't it? Vipaka means resident. So, and wholesome resident mind 7. And wholesome resident mind 8. Isn't it? So 15. And sphere Kamavachara resident 8. So 15 plus 8, 23. But we already count things consciousness and triple mind elements, so 13 already we count. So that's why 11 left. 11 are left. So 11 means 8 sphere resident, 8 sphere resident, and how many 3 is we already samrechana. So investigating consciousness, 3 kind of investigating consciousness left, isn't it? We already take receiving consciousness, 2 receiving consciousness. So 3 investigating consciousness left. So these 3 investigating consciousness plus 8 sphere resident consciousness. Altogether 11. So we here say remaining sphere resident. Remaining mean the previous number 1 and number 2. We use the number 1 and number 2 all are also resident. Sphere resident consciousness. So that's why they use like this. Sphere remaining sphere resident 11. Okay, understand? You need to remember the mind. So resident mind. So resident mind, ahituka, so unwholesome, resident. Then Aheduka and wholesome resident 7. And a wholesome resident 8. And a Shakespeare resident 8. So altogether 16 and 7, 23. Yeah, so we already use and things consciousness is eye consciousness, 2 eye consciousness, 2 ear consciousness, 2 nose consciousness, 2 body consciousness. So 10, already 10 we use. And then triple mind consciousness. Panchara Vajana. No, Panchara Vajana is not resident, isn't it? Panchara Vajana is a functional. So we don't need to call Panchara Vajana. So 3 kind of triple mind object, we only substitute 2. 2 is what is the receiving consciousness, isn't it? Receiving consciousness. Samprajana Cheta 2. So minus 12. 23 minus 12, so 11 left, isn't it? Understand? Yeah, so that's why 11 remaining consciousness, resident consciousness, also take that Kama Vajra object, think sphere object. Think sphere object. And number 2 is a smile producing consciousness. When the Buddha and Arahant smiling, yeah, they smile with these mind. Smile producing consciousness is in the roulette mind, roulette functional mind. Roulette functional mind, number 1. So these are also Kama Vajra think sphere object. Seeing something, hearing something, so smile. So these mind altogether 25. 25. 10, 3, 11, 1. Altogether 25. These minds only think sphere object. Think sphere object. Think sphere object means 54 Kama Vajra Cheta, 52 manifests, and 28 materials. Okay. And then page 1, page number 16. So we finish think sphere object. So next one is supply object. Supply object. So supply object is a 2. First Arubhavachara consciousness and third Arubhavachara consciousness we call supply object. So in the Arubhavachara consciousness, they are 4. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. So Arubhavachara 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. So number 2, my object is number 1. Number 4, my object is number 3, like this. So formless sphere consciousness like this. So that's why number 1 and number 3 are supply consciousness. We use supply consciousness. Very subtle. Very subtle. Only these mind. Number 2 Arubhavachara mind, and number 4 Arubhavachara mind accept this kind of object. Only this kind of object. The other mind cannot accept this object. Okay. And then next one. So how many mind? How many mind? Number 2 and number 4 mind. How many altogether? 6. So how to get 6? How to get 6? So number 2, Arubhavacharachita is a wholesome mind plus Prasada mind plus functional mind, isn't it? 3. And also number 4 mind also wholesome mind, Prasada mind, and functional mind. 3. So altogether 6 kind of mind. Yeah. Understand? So these 6 kind of mind accept take the supply object, 2 kind of supply object. Number 1 and number 3. Okay, so immaterial, we finish immaterial consciousness, take the supply object, and then the other mind. We left 5 material consciousness, 15 Rubhavacharachita. All Rubhavacharachita we left 15, and immaterial sphere consciousness, number 1 and number 3. So these mind, number 1, Arubhavachara, immaterial consciousness, number 1 and number 3 are sometimes they are object. Sometimes they are, they are object, we can say object also mind. So they have their own object, isn't it? They have their own object because they are themselves mind. So every mind has object. So these mind, number 1 and number 3, immaterial consciousness also have their object. But this object is not, this object is a number 4 object, concept object, number 3 object, concept object. So Rubhavachara, 5 material sphere consciousness 15, and immaterial sphere consciousness number 1 and number 3 also 6, altogether 6, because of wholesome, resident, and functional 6. So these mind have concept object. Because of when you practice meditation, I already explained about this mind. So you put in front of you, the disc of the art, put in front of you, and take your eye, naked eye, with this object, and practice art, and then you close your eye, so these objects appear in your mind. So like this, you practice to get the concentration, special concentration. So the object is concept, only object, concept, not real art, taste of art. Because when you close your mind, appear in your mind is just concept, isn't it? So concept object are 28 kind of concept objects. So you look at the page number 16, then you look at the table. So concept object 28 mean 10 asubha. Asubha mean, asubha is like corpse, that body. Yeah, so dead body is a different kind of dead body. When when you practice meditation, you can get the strong concentration, jhana, fast jhana. Only fast jhana you can get, because of this concept object is very, we don't want to look at. Very awful. Very awful. So when you practice like this, you can get only first jhana. Now second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, fifth jhana. Because of second jhana to fifth jhana, there's no vitaka, isn't it? No initial obligation. These woeful object, without initial obligation, we cannot take this object. So that's why to this kind of object, to take this kind of object, we need initial obligation, vitaka. So vitaka is only in the first jhana, not second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, and fifth jhana. So that's why when you practice, the kind of dead body, to practice meditation, to get the jhana, only first jhana you get. So kind of asubha is a different kind of body. So we will learn later in the latest chapter. We will learn in detail. Yeah. So many things, huh? So many things. Yeah. But here, a lot of information you cannot get, because too many, huh? Too many. So just you remember Tan Asubha. Asubha means dead body. Not only dead body. When you have your body, you can 32 body parts. Yeah, hair like this. Hair. You can practice like this. Your hair, when you lose hair, so you see your hair. Yeah, practice like this. You can. And your teeth. Yeah, look at your teeth, and if it's broken, yeah, so keep to practice meditation. Yeah, not throw away. Not throw away. So keep and practice. Yeah. So like this is a asubha. Yeah. So awful object. Yeah. So tankano, and then kasina mean kasina also tank. Kasina mean like that, and this or art, or and water, Batawi Casina, Abo Casina, Wayo Casina, yeah, and Ticho Casina, and then color. So four kind of color: white, blue, gray, yellow, yeah. And jhana, yeah, to get jhana, yeah, to get jhana. No, inside meditation, yeah, tranquil meditation, no samatha, samatha meditation, no vipassana meditation, yeah. So we will learn later in detail. And anapana, no, anapana is breathing in and out, yeah. So here you need to understand, anapana, breathe in and out. Your breath is you can use in two ways, samatha and vipassana. Depend on how to watch, how to note. Yeah. If you just only, samatha, yeah, just air. No need touch or whatever. No need. Just only air. Yeah. So anapana is here. Anapana means only samatha, not inside here. Okay. And Kaya Gadasati. So Kaya Gadasati is your body movement or something like this, Yeah, Kaya Gadasati. So walking, meditation, like this. And
walking meditation, never going to have a inside meditation. It's only
it's
hard to
yeah, it's depend on if you focus on the 4 kinds of elements, yeah. Yeah. And 4 being object of the 4 noble virtues. That means Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekkha. So loving kindness meditation, and for samatha, so loving kindness focus on the person. So 4 being mean different being. For loving kindness, one being. So one being mean all living being in the universe. You can take whatever. Yeah. So 4 being mean different metta, loving kindness, karuna, compassion. Compassion is not, very dangerous person, very in the poor person. When you saw, you have compassion like this. So compassion, so different object. So person, living being, but different. And appreciate the joy, mudita. When you saw the person, they are very good condition, very rich, very restful, and something like this. So when you see them, you can practice samatha meditation. Yeah. And then upekkha, equanimity. Equanimity is not just face put other way. Just only good or bad, whatever. Just only your mind is in the middle way. Yeah. So it's equanimity, upekkha. So metta, loving kindness, karuna, compassion, and then mudita, appreciate the joy, and upekkha, equanimity. So 4 being, 4 object, 4 being object. And next one is infinite space. So infinite space for this first Arubhavachara. Infinite space. First Arubhavachara. Because I already explained when you practice Rubhavachara, at this or us appear in your mind. So keep on the practice and you can get the first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, and fourth jhana, fifth jhana. So after that, if you would like to, upgrade your jhana level as a, Arubhavachara jhana level, so you remove this kind of activity from in your mind. When you remove, so the space, their space instead of the disart, their space. So you can expand your space infinite with your mind. So this is we call Rubhavachara Jhana. First Rubhavachara Jhana. Akasa Nanchayatana. Akasa means infinite space. Space. Akasa. We use in Burmese, Akada, space. So spaceship we call Akada Yin. Isn't it? Yeah. In Burmese. Yeah. So from the Pali word we use. So in Pali, Akasa Nanchayatana. So Akasa means space. Yeah. Oh. Sorry, a little bit we Only one left. Nothingness. Another one, nothingness. Nothingness is also concept object. So nothingness means nothing. Very strange. These are Bhavachara, mind, very strange mind. These are nothingness, but nothingness means no, nothing. little bit, there's little bit something, but very subtle stage. Very subtle stage. We can say there is something or no. We can say like this. So in this stage, we call nothingness. Nothingness means no nothing. No. But there's something. But these mind are very subtle in this stage. We call nothingness. Yeah. So nothingness just concept, just conventional, not reality. Reality, there's something, but very, very subtle. We cannot sense. Yeah. So this is also another kind of concept object. I know the object is very difficult, very, very difficult. So we need to take time to understand little by little. Yeah. Okay, so already 9 o'clock, so we stop here. So next week we will continue in detail. There's roughly, only roughly, only roughly. Okay, thank you very much for your listening. So before stop our lecture, we wish our Buddha teaching like longer and longer. So saying Buddha Sasanam Chiran Data 2. 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 Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.
Thank you.